Oh man, welcome back to the gray space, and we got another good one for you guys this week.
It's been a minute because you kind of fumbled that.
I did a little bit,
you know
man. I was like, what am I doing? I forgot.
It's all good. It's all good. Yes. Make sure you subscribe to become part of the tribe. Do us right, hit that like and comment if you are rocking with the content now. Like you said, we got a special guest in the building.
Yeah, we do, man.
And this one's a little different because he's now out of towner, for real out of towner. He don't live here.
Right.
He ain't really local. And I love that.
Right.
Our guest today is an artist out of St. Paul, Minnesota. His story of triumph through poverty, parents divorcing, and struggle are portrayed in his lyrics. His single, Rich, this year, accompanied by the music video, is quickly becoming an anthem. He's been making waves, though, in the Phoenix scene, courtesy of our guy, who's in the building. Y'all can't see him. Polo Gibson, you know what I'm saying? We've got hip-hop artist TJ, Too Cool, in the building. What's up, my brother?
What's up, man?
Sure, man. What's the deal, man? Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, man. Of course.
Yeah, man. We finally made it, man.
Yeah. Nah, Polo hit me. He said, man, my guy's in town. Can we make this work? This fool was in Cali for the weekend, so he just got back. I said, yo, can we stretch it? He said, it's done. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He said, it's done.
Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
of course.
So let's get into it, man. Out of Minnesota.
Yeah.
Rising artist. Talk about kind of how you got into hip hop and kind of your origin story, so to speak, how you kind of started.
Hip hop's always been, a part of me. I got family members from Cleveland, Ohio, my cousins, and my auntie in Minnesota. My dad's sister.
Okay.
She sing, in the choir. And my cousin from Cleveland, her name Kim, she sing in the choir too also.
Okay.
My cousin Doe, he plays the piano.
Okay.
In Cleveland also, and he done play with Quincy Jones and stuff like that. So music always been, a part of my life. But I really started, really got serious around 9.
Okay.
9-ish. But kind of back and forth with the basketball thing too.
Okay, so you was hooping.
Yeah, but I was hooping.
Okay.
So, but once when I got in high school and my junior year, that's when I started, really, really rapping and getting in the booth and performing and stuff like that, really finding my craft.
What around what year was this?
That was 2012.
Okay, so fairly recently.
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you say what was the reason that you kind of shifted towards music instead of basketball?
Man, when I didn't make it, actually,
Okay.
all 4 years in high school,
Okay.
that's kind of shocking to me. When I say I could hoop, I could really hoop. No matter of size. I'm one of them strong. He got heart.
Okay.
Type of, guards, but it just a spiritual thing too. Also, I felt like God was telling me that's not it.
It ain't the move.
And then when I didn't make it for traveling team, they had me feeling like it was everything was good and gravy. Ball, they top players and everything. And then when it was time to travel, they cut me. Oh, okay. I see what type of time this is. So and then my dad, always installed you should be rapping.
Okay.
Basketball done and over with. Stick to your other niche that you was really, really destined to
Dope.
do. So like I said, once when that basketball cut, it was I gotta go to my other dream, plan B, so which should have been my plan A.
Okay.
So
Hey, we all got to take certain paths, though, because, certain things, roadblocks get into your path, and you got to hurdle over those sometimes, and then your path. You know what I'm saying? I think those lessons for all of us, right, are super important, because then you go, oh, okay, I'm not supposed to be doing this necessarily. I need to go this way, and but so when you were growing up, what were your musical influences? What did you listen to when you were younger?
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube?
Nice.
Okay. All right.
I listened to a lot of 90s, a little towards the ending of 80s era, NWA,
Yeah.
MCA, Tupac, Notorious Big,
Okay.
Rakim, and I can name so many right now. It's not even funny. But really grew up in that type of era, the old school type of era, because I'm 26 years old, so I got like an old soul.
Okay.
So
Definitely, if you saying you listening to Ice Cube,
yeah,
man, you know what I'm saying? Now you named a lot of West Coast artists. Being from the Midwest, I mean, you obviously had the Twisters, you know what I'm saying, the Bone Thugs and Harmonies, like you said, connection to Ohio. Yes, sir. But it kind of seemed like you connected more with the West, and then you got, heavy bar spitters, like you said, Rakim. Why was that more your connection than kind of what was more near to you?
I mean, to be real, a lot of East Coast playing that too, because my goddad and them, they from New York.
Okay.
And that's why I kind of got the accent, because I grew up around them a lot, and, it stuck on me heavy.
Okay.
So, but the way that Pac and Cube was just talking, and not to take away from Big, because Big is there. Like, I put Big before Pac.
Lyrically, yeah, for sure.
No, I'm with you on that, bro. Like, yeah.
But just the way that they story was, it was pretty much similar to what we go through in the Midwest, as far as in Minnesota.
Okay.
You know what I mean, type of thing. Like, especially when I got older. Like, when I was young, I kind of didn't really understand it, but I just knew that they was talking. You know what I'm saying? So when I got older, I really started, paying attention, being, outside a lot, and really started putting two and two together with the, the Ice Cubes. Like, my favorite song by Ice Cube is called Dead Homies. And that song is on, I think, America's Most Wanted. So yeah, that's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah, you talking about language, because I've been a Cube advocate for years. Like, I've been trying to tell, because I feel like he gets lost when you talk about like the GOATs. And like even the West Coast GOATs, like you say Mount Rushmore, a lot of people won't even have Cube in there. I'm like, how?
How? Yeah, how?
He started this shit.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
5,
like
easy top 5.
Yeah, easy work. So yeah, you talking about language, man. You start saying Cube, I'm like, okay, there it is there.
Yeah.
So talk about Minnesota, bro, because Polo had told us some stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it's Minnesota, like when you think Minnesota, you thinking the Vikings,
Twins.
You know what I'm saying? You thinking real mayonnaise, you know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean? you feel me? Like, I'm gonna keep it a buck, you think real mayonnaise out there. So talk to us about, your story and growing up in Minnesota and what that was like for you.
Man, first and foremost, Minnesota and with the area I'm from, St. Paul, ain't sweet.
Okay.
Certain areas is not sweet,
right?
But we don't be on like a lot of BS, you know what I'm saying? It's like more per se, you know what I'm saying, click banging. But where I grew up in St. Paul, like the capital of the city.
Okay.
So I'm in the middle.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it was kind of rough, you know what I mean? Like I said, everybody, doing they 1-2, staying out the way, I had OGs, you know what I'm saying, who told me, you know what I mean, this ain't what's up. I got, uncles and stuff like that who did 20 years and shit like that. So, basically telling me like this ain't the route, even though, I did dibble and dabble, you know what I'm saying, a little bit, but I had to grow up myself, you know what I'm saying, even at a young age, I had to grow up myself and figure out what I wanted in my life. Because my dad then got shot, you know what I'm saying, from the streets and shit like that.
Okay.
Got shot, stabbed, and shot again.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So I went through like, some poverty. So it's rough, but as long as you stay, you know what I'm saying, to yourself, mind your business, and, stick to your family and your business and your money, man, Minnesota cool, because it's a money state.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It's definitely a money state,
What do you mean by that when you say it's a money state?
When I say a money state, you can go there and meet people, like it's opportunity, you know what I'm saying? Business people, like there's a lot of like young blacks, you know what I'm saying, starting to get their brand and stuff popping more. So and then we got, promotion wise, as far as on the music, we got young people doing their thing. Shout out to TM, man. They definitely doing their thing in St. Paul, in Minnesota. They got bringing people here, you know what I'm saying? I mean, bringing people to Minnesota, as far as the clubs, Easy G, anybody that you could think of. So big promotion wise, and then Prince, also,
yeah, of course.
Definitely got the legend Prince.
Yeah.
But, when people do think of Minnesota, you know what I mean, they do think of the Vikings and all of that stuff. But
first thing, Purple people eaters, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Oh shit.
Well, that's dope, man. That's dope. You know, and I think kind of one of the cool things was, you know, kind of just diving into your story was that it was from a place that we haven't really heard of, and I think that's kind of I think that's why you kind of correlate out here, right? Because Phoenix is another one of, it's a known city, but not known, right? And the music scene out here right now is so blended. There's so many people from so many different places. You know what I'm saying? You got Merkham's, Tyreek, you know, from NY. You know what I'm saying? You got people from Chicago, people from, you know, Cali, different places. So I think that's why you've been able to correlate out here. Talk to us about your times being out here, kind of what that experience has been like for you, because obviously it's a lot different from Minnesota. But the times you've been out here performing, interviewing, talk to, you know, what that's been like.
And I want to piggyback off that really quick too. And is there a point too of you possibly maybe moving out here? So I'll let you answer that.
Man, I ain't even gonna lie. My experience out here when I first came out here, I didn't want to go back home.
Okay.
Because the weather, definitely something out here. Like in Minnesota, it's flip floppy. Like one moment it'll be hot, then it'll be cold, then it'll snow on your ass.
Okay.
In mid, like how it's hot right now, around the rain and snow like a little bit. Like what the fuck? Like
okay.
So you got people coming outside with a hat, hoodie, shorts, long socks.
Right.
It's
they
really
got every
real out
season
there.
on.
Yeah,
Okay.
most definitely. But
Okay.
man, my time out here is definitely like lit. It's nothing but nonstop work. The people here, the artists here, you know what I'm saying, is very cool, good vibes, and they all love they craft, you know what I'm saying? They love to do the thing that I love to do, you know what I'm saying, and what I'm passionate about. And man, Polo told me, like, when you come out here, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be work. So man, most definitely, like, it's lit.
Yeah.
I love it out here. Like, and to answer your question, I'm definitely thinking about moving out here.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's,
Well, I mean, it's either you live in the cold, right?
yeah,
Or you live in the super hot.
yeah.
So it's one or the other. Like,
And me being, I can't, not to cut you off, but I gotta be kind of careful, like, with the heat out here, because I'm a type 1 diabetic too. So, you know what I'm saying, the heat can kind of mess me up, even the cold though. So it's kind of flip-floppy too. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, but you can turn that AC on though.
Yeah, most definitely.
Right.
Right. Like AC, I'm good.
When they hit that negative, it's all
cold.
negative. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's cold. I don't know,
hit that
man.
negative.
I always say,
Oh, it get 30 out here, I'll be like, God damn. You know what I'm saying? You know,
man.
we got long john on and shit, man.
Shoot,
You know,
man.
they hit 35, I'll be freezing outside. You know what I mean? So
yeah, it's crazy because you get acclimated to the heat to an extent, right?
do.
You know what I'm saying?
you do it
And
just.
the same thing with the cold, but the cold hurts, man.
Yeah,
Cold hurts.
it does.
And then the heat is just uncomfortable. So it's what do you?
Yeah.
What's your pain tolerance in a sense? Do you like to be hurting, or do you like the
To
uncomfortable?
be hot and be exhausted.
Right. So, so which one you want? You know.
Be hot and exhausted. I like that. Yeah, man. So he totally threw me off. I had some though. So let's talk about how you and Polo link. You know what I'm saying, and what that's been like. And don't hold back because he's off camera right now. You can say all the bad stuff you want to say about him right now. You know what I'm saying? I got it.
He's an asshole.
Yeah, he's an asshole. That's what I thought.
Flat out though, nah. Polo is a flat out down to earth, genuine guy, man.
Okay.
Like, all the way out, man. He 100. I linked up with him. When was that? Like 2010ish.
Okay.
10ish, yeah, around that time.
Oh, okay.
You know, so me and him vibed with my step pops. His name Jay Fly.
Okay.
Which is the label I'm signed to, named Written in Stone.
Okay.
So, you know, I connected through, with him. So he was taking my pictures at first, you know, taking my photos and stuff like that. So it wasn't my video man or anything like that at first, or manager. We just linked up off of, you know, the strength of, you know, family-wise.
Okay.
And we built a bond, and he was listening to some of my music, and he was definitely saying, you know, you definitely got room to grow, and I see the growth in you definitely, you know what I'm saying, one of those rappers that could really make it. So we took a long break, probably for about like 6-7 years, because, you know, my step pops, you know, kind of got locked up, you know. Had to do a bid, sit down for a minute. And when he came back home, it was up from there. Like, you know, so we had to link up with Polo ASAP. So as soon as we linked up with Polo, got the first idea of the song, you know, that we was gonna push. And we just locked in, shot the video, came out here, and it's been on ever since. And locked in. And when I made him my manager, the way that he handled business, you know, Polo don't take no for an answer. You know, he don't at all. And Polo gonna make sure that business is business and you gonna eat regardless, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Make sure, you know, he gonna eat as well, you know.
Of course.
Pot, you know what I'm saying?
Of course.
And it wouldn't even be right, you know what I'm saying, if he did not eat, you know what I mean? Right. So he definitely a good genuine dude, man. He straight solid, man, from the heart, for real. That's my guy, man. For real.
Dope. So you got the single, Rich, this year. And I think what I love about it, bro, is the message along with the music and the melody, right? So even the visuals for it, you know.
Who did the visuals for that?
My man Polo.
That's right.
Yeah. I'm trying to keep his head down a little bit. You know what I mean? You can see,
I mean, is it inflating over there? I got a light in my eye. I can't really tell,
the economy right now, bro.
You gotta big up the
for sure.
best
for sure.
photographer / video man.
For sure.
And you know what I mean? And AZ to me. Yeah. And not to discredit, you know what I mean? None of the video people, you know what I mean, in there, but he's been doing his thing.
He's been killing it, for sure.
Like, literally. And when I tell you this man don't stop working, he don't stop working. Like, my sister be like, damn, like, you about to leave again with Polo? Like, again, he got me working. This is what I wanted to do.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? So I don't even get a chance to sit down. And when I do sit down, it's probably for about like 30 minutes. Like, literally. When I tell you I don't get no sleep, like, cat naps is my sleep.
Okay.
And probably them be like 10 minutes. If that.
Like, sometimes it'll be the best ones,
though. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Exactly. Feel like 30 or an hour, you know?
Right.
So he got me working, and that's what I love about him, man. He keep me going. He keep my mind, you know what I'm saying, on this music versus me being in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Because it was easy for me to be in the streets, you know what I'm saying, and do what everybody else is doing. But it's like, wow, when I got a gift, you know what I'm saying, that God blessed me with. For sure. I can't waste it, you know?
So the single, I love the message and I love how you delivered it, because you delivered it in a way where it's fun, right? But you're talking about some real shit in the song. Yeah. And even the visuals for it, same thing. It's a fun video. But once you actually listen to the message, you're like, oh, okay, he's really talking about, I'm really trying to come up, I'm trying to do my thing, take care of my family, whoop-de-wop. And it's packaged, like I said, it's packaged in a way where you can vibe to it. Was that done intentionally? And what was the concept behind the song? And why was that the one that you wanted to push out of probably the hundreds that you've got recorded?
One, it definitely wasn't intentionally.
Okay.
But when it came about, I seen, like, once when I got done recording it, I seen the route that it went.
Okay.
As far as me writing it, I always, you know what I'm saying, gotta put what I go through, you know what I'm saying, and I always try to blend fun in with it too, you know what I'm saying, so it's not so boring to people.
Okay.
You know, but that video and that, like, the reason why I pushed it for a single is because not a lot of people that I know or that I grew up with or around, that my people even know, some people, you know what I'm saying, like probably one or two, are rich.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? None of these people are millionaires, and a lot of people my age can relate because we all got a dream, including grown folks. You know, we all want to get rich in some way, some form, or fashion.
For sure.
You know? So most definitely, though, that it was one of those where I felt like I had to push that message out, because not a lot of people are pushing that message out, far as the grind and what it takes to get there, and who you have in your corner, who you really got to put first. Like, a lot of people shy away from putting God in they lyrics sometimes, and don't really realize, bro, that's the reason why you got there. Like, in the beginning, you would start talking about, yeah, my mom used to pray for me, my grandma used to pray for me, I used to go to church. But then once you get there, you forget. You got to keep that, you know what I mean, always in perspective. So with Rich this year, I felt like when I came up with the concept, it was all about that. Like, it was definitely a spiritual thing for me because I was going through some shit at the time. Like, having nervous breakdowns, like, type shit. Like, even, you know, talking to God, you know, because like I said, I was going through a time in my life where I felt like I was doing music, but nobody wanted to support, like, you know what I'm saying, what I was talking about. Like, it's either I want to hear this or make it sound like this or talking like this, and it wasn't my style, you know what I'm saying? So I definitely, you know what I mean, had to put that connection with it, you know, and it came out how it came out.
Okay.
Do you feel like when you have certain struggles, that's when you write the best?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you know, because when things are going good, usually it's kind of like, yeah, I could talk about, you know, having a drink or whatever, you know, party, I mean, whatever, but there's something about like a struggle, right? And we kind of hinted at it, you know, about in the beginning about hurtling over something and going through something. All these emotions come out, and then there's actually an amazing message that's in there, you know? So, you know, kind of basically back to the thing. Is it easier for you to write when you do go through a struggle? Yeah, like it kind of flows out easier.
It most definitely flows out because struggle music, what you go through is always gonna sell. I don't care if it's bullshit or not. If you got some piece in there that people, you know what I mean, people can relate to, they're gonna feel it some way somehow. You know, so definitely me going through struggles and pain helped me get out messages, including fun shit. Because when I'm upset or mad at something, I could talk my shit and then have a person feel some type of way, but not really do it intentionally, if you get what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely a big piece in my life because I really go through shit every day. And that's just not with, you know what I'm saying, far as like things happening to me physically, but like my mind. Like I done had a best friend, you know, I don't know if you guys could see the tattoo on my arm, but you know, I had a best friend / you know, my brother who passed away two years ago. Well, actually 3 years ago from now. Well, no, 2 years now. It'll be 3 years next year. But you know, he got shot in the head, and you know, it was just a real messed up thing for me for a while. Still is, you know, because I can't get my best friend back, you know, and he can't see none of the stuff that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm going on. And the last good message that he told me was, bro, you know, me and him, man, that's crazy. And I'm talking about it right now because I actually started off like rapping with him. Okay. Like me and him did a song when we was in this summer camp called Freedom School in Minnesota. Okay. We did a little song for like, you know, the grade that we was in, and it was actually dope. Okay. You know? So, and we was like young superstars at that. Right. You know, so it definitely planned out. So, but like I said, that pain, it definitely hit me, you know, including with my father getting shot. You know, I still have, you know, nightmares. I wake up like in cold sweats from that shit. Like, and that's not like a once in a while. That's a every night, every day thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of weird to me because you could die from shit like that. For real. Like waking up in a cold sweat. Man, that's crazy, so man. I got so much, but like I say, with my grandparents on my dad's side, and man, they keep me prayed up. So, you know, I feel like that's what really, you know, keeps me going and waking up every day. Dope. You know what I mean? To really give people this message, you know what I'm saying, about what they going through. Because in my music, I can talk about shit that people talk about as far as the drilling and all of that shit. But I'm a person that's going to mix it. Now, I could say like a person, oh yeah, youngins on the block holding 50 shots, but he'll never listen to his pops, like type shit. I give a message, you know what I'm saying? You know, like I have to give a message, you know what I'm saying? You can't always just talk about, oh, your homies on the block. Tell why you in that situation. Right. Yeah. Tell why you outside. Like, why are you really doing the shit that you really doing? And some of these people, you know what I'm saying, especially from my city, some, you know, didn't grow up with dads, but some did grow up with both parents. And they just choose to do the stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? So And people who I grew up around, they didn't have a choice. Some of them didn't grow up with dads at all. So, you know, they had to help moms, you know what I'm saying, to do. So my position was kind of different, you know, with, you know, my parents getting divorced.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that's another, you know, topic that I put in my story still. And another topic that I put in my story, like I said, I go through so much every day. I still thank God that I'm still here, because from birth, I was a premature baby born 1 pound. My family could hold me like this.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't supposed to be here from birth. They told my parents, you know what I'm saying, and kept calling my dad and my grandparents every day to the hospital, like, you know, hurry up. You know, get down here and see, you know, your grandson. It's the last day you're going to see your son today. You know, give his last kisses and goodbye. So they told me I was going to be blind, couldn't walk, all that, you know. Yeah.
That's crazy.
You know, so I'm here and I'm blessed. So like I said, all that pain, it definitely helps, you know what I'm saying, into my music. So
Do you find it to be therapeutic for yourself?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Definitely. Music been therapeutic since I was a kid.
For sure.
Like, especially when I got the hang of writing. And then, like, you know, I could jot down what I'm going through. Like, in the moment, like, I'm definitely finna write and, you know, talk about what I'm going through right now. You know what I'm saying? So, which is good vibes, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, it is definitely therapeutic, you know, because when I'm not doing nothing, a person could, you know, get bored when they're not doing nothing. But me, I'll be thinking of so much. Well, my bad. I'm sorry, my alarm.
You good?
Oh, you're good.
Yeah. I'll be thinking of so much. It's just, I gotta write something down. Like, I gotta write this down every day. You know what I mean? I gotta talk about what's going on. I gotta talk about what I'm doing right now, even if I'm just chilling in the crib. Why you chilling in the crib? What you thinking about? All right, well, let me talk about what I'm thinking about today.
And hey man, I totally get that, because I will call this motherfucker at 7 o'clock, and then I'll call this motherfucker at 8 o'clock, and I'll call this motherfucker at 9 o'clock. And I done had 3 different ideas, and I gotta get it out. You know what I'm saying? And my way is like, bro, what do you think it is? We should do this. What do you think it is? Or maybe it's just, I'm on the phone trying to get somebody through. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, hey, you good on the 21st? You good on the 20? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we got this. And I can't text them because it's too much. I got too much to say. Like, after that second sentence, I'm like, man, fuck that shit. Bro, you know what I'm saying? So I get it, because especially like after like 6, my brain just be like, I could be sitting there slumped on the couch, and then like 6 o'clock will hit, and then be like, a million ideas just come at once. I'm like, and I gotta hit the nose, like, oh, we gotta do this, we gotta do this. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Dope, man. So, you just dropped another video.
Yep.
And in contrast to Rich this year, this one was bar heavy, right? As far as the delivery, the cadence, and really just getting after them. So talk to us about the video. Talk to us about the song.
I hate to say, it's a freestyle actually.
Okay.
It's actually one of Tory Lanez's beats.
Right.
That he had made on his album. I can't think of the album right now, but he had definitely made one of those, and I felt the beat.
Yeah.
So I felt like it was one of those where I had to talk my shit on, and you know, Polo might be mad at me for saying this, but hey, I still love him. It was a longer version than that.
Okay.
Like, it was a 4-minute like whole track.
Okay.
But I understood though why he cut it
down,
because you know nobody's listening to 4-minute tracks now.
Nah.
Which is, like I said, once again, it goes back to the old soul shit, which is sad.
It's tough.
That's how the shit started.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you got some artists that would do it now, and they're tuned into that. But if a local artist is doing it, I don't want to hear that shit.
That's true. That's I mean, great example of that is Kendrick.
Yep.
Kendrick, who just dropped, I mean, half the album's over 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
Dope video,
songs.
by the way.
What's that?
Dope video, by the way.
Hard Part 5?
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
He just dropped another one too, N95 that's actually from the album.
Even though I'm not really a Kendrick fan, but I don't take away from his craft. I respect his pen.
Right.
He has a dope ass pen. He's a mad lyricist. Just some songs I can't get to, you know, when a person like sometimes be all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know,
I
like,
get it.
like Eminem, for instance. dope freestyler, dope lyricist could write his ass off. Certain songs, dope. Just can't get it to it when he be all over the place sometimes.
I'm with you on that one.
Do you find it? Yeah, I know, I know you are. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I wanted to make my point really quick because I think that's a really actually interesting point that you made about the track song. Because the reason that I brought up Kendrick, obviously he just dropped, but there's not very many unless you have that the status of that, where he can take the hit in the sense of, well, I don't care if anybody listens to this or not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't care. I'm putting it out anyways because I'm Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? But even still, you have like the Drakes of the world and, you know, that are putting out 2-minute songs or 3-minute songs. Right. And it's just kind of the day and age that we live in. I don't think there's really necessarily anything wrong with that. Yeah. You know, because I think it can still capture people's attention, you know, and I do think it's actually probably a good idea for people who are starting out or even, you know, local artists that you were saying, you know, to kind of get, this is what I'm about. Like, this is what I do. Yeah. Here's like basically some like you're just throwing stuff. Yeah. You know, like
it's Costco samples.
Yeah. I look at it like this. If that's what your craft is, see, and this is why I be trying not to like worry about artists or certain people, because you don't know how they do music or what they passion is. Some people do this shit for the money. Some people do this shit, you know what I'm saying, just to take their family out. Some people really do it, you know what I'm saying, for the craft. Some people just want to do it to make a hit and hear themselves.
Right.
That's true.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And that's where I say it goes to my passion.
Okay.
You know, I love this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I used to love hearing what the DMX, Where My Dogs At. That the way he just came in and flowed, even though he had a hook, I was just waiting. What's the next verse? Right. What's the next verse? Like, I can't wait to hear that. Even my favorite one, I know he gonna get excited on this one. The LL Cool J 1 2 3 4 5.
I had the motherfucking tape of that shit, bro. I bullshit you not.
No,
I had the cassette tape, and the B-side had the remix,
which was
with Meth, Red,
Master P,
and Cannabis. That motherfucker, man, legendary.
I love shit like that.
Who gonna take this mic off my arm? You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. I hear you.
Man, like, I just love, you know what I mean, that, the creativity. Show your creativity in a song, because I know a lot of people be wanting to say more. Like, especially on certain tracks, like, I done seen like a lot of people make a song, and then like once when that song is done, they still spit into that song. And like trying to, you know what I mean? Like, damn, I could have said this. Oh, you should have just flow with it.
Right.
Now, it depends like on certain beats. Now, certain beats do deserve a hook. You know what I mean? If you're an artist, you gonna know that. You know, certain beats do deserve a hook, but like, I feel like we just need to get back to the hip hop and real music, including real R&B now. Because you don't hear the turn off the lights type shit, the, you know what I mean, the Luthers, even Chris Brown, that's probably one of the most talented fucking R&B singers, pop singers of fucking all time.
Yeah.
After, Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
Other than that,
that's a fact.
But you don't get that a lot more. It's a lot of lick me, suck me shits and all that. What Cedric the Entertainer said, you gotta wear a condom just to listen to it. So this shit is crazy.
Oh shoot.
Do you find it difficult to kind of balance that with your writing? Like, as far as you got to stay relevant, you know what I'm saying, in a sense, but you still got to make the music that you want to make.
Yeah.
But still have some type of relevancy to it. Do you find that hard? Because like sometimes you just want to be like, man, I want to just fucking go in, but I got to make this kind of the sound. You know what I'm saying?
I do because, like I said, I mean, like you just said, it's my passion, and I be wanting to, you know, especially if it's a hard ass beat. But I gotta understand what my fans want and what the people want too as well. Because, like I said, if you know we get in the car, and yeah, I'm talking, you know, a lot of shit and talking my shit. Some people might relate to like probably a minute of the damn song and then get lost or never been in them situations. So I definitely, you know, it do kind of get on my nerves, but now, you know what I'm saying, that Polo, you know, explained it to me on why some of these songs, you know, I need to make short, you know, because my fans, and that's going to get people to listen more. And it's crazy because I even had a moment where I was doing that. And like I said, my dad is so big on the old school shit. Like my dad is 45.
Okay.
So he's big on the old school shit, you know. But I respect him because, like I said, I grew up on that. You know what I mean? I was born in 96.
Right.
So, you know, I was born, what I want to say, after Pac died or? Yep.
After Pac.
No, after Big died.
Okay.
No, I was 1 year old when Big died. So, yep, after Pac died, yep. No, same year that Pac died. I'm sorry, yep. Same year that Pac died.
Okay.
So, I was listening, you know what I'm saying, like to all of that, including like the new generation. But like I said, it just didn't catch my ear like certain shit. Like I still listen to Method Man, even his new shit. Like Meth is still dope to me.
What you wanted to call this?
But I also listen to a lot of new artists too.
I was just gonna ask you about that because like, what do you feel about like hip hop today? How do you feel about the new music today? Do you think it's good? Do you think it's kind of trash?
It's okay.
It's just okay.
I'm gonna be honest. It's okay, and some of it's good. Like the reason why I say it's okay because nobody's listening to the lyrics. To be honest,
Yeah.
it's either you got a catchy hook
Yep.
and a nice ass beat. And like I said, maybe the first couple of bars if it catches their attention. If it don't catch their attention, next song.
Yeah.
Or if the beat, next song. But some of these new artists I like let me see, who can I think of? I like Cowboy, he dope. I don't know if you ever heard of him. He the dude who made that I'm with the gang, I'm with the mob, what are you thinking? Yeah, I like him. Polo G, he nice. G Herbo nice. Davies, I fuck with Davies.
Yeah, we fuck with
I fuck with, he's heavy. Benny the Butcher. I fuck with a lot of underground like that got a name, but like you probably would like never heard of them. So like, you ever heard of Core in Philly? Dope artist.
Nice. Okay.
He signed to Meek Mill. Just actually kind of signed like a couple months ago.
Okay.
He had a distribution with him, I think, or whatever, and then, you know, finally went to go sign. Dope ass artist.
Okay.
He's like the type of artist I would compare myself to because he does like the singing thing, but he keeps it raw and tells his story. You know what I'm saying? Even when he be singing type shit.
Okay.
You know, but a lot of some of these new artists, you know, I just can't really get into because you don't talk about nothing.
Right. Yeah.
And then I'm gonna be honest. What sells more? Depression music or drug music? And when I say drug music, I'm popping this lean, I'm sipping this perk, and da-da-da. Like,
right.
You know,
Both sell about the same damn near now.
Yeah.
That's all you hear.
And that's the crazy part.
Sometimes it be the same song.
And don't be
On the press song, I'm popping a pill.
And don't be talking about nothing.
I'm out here. You know what I'm saying?
Like, a lot of people wouldn't even put certain, like, what they really, really going through. Like I said, explain why you're doing. Like, you ain't got to get deep, but subliminally tell a person, you know what I'm saying, like, why you doing what you doing. Yeah. Because, you know, and your fans be wanting to hear certain shit like that, believe it or not.
That is true. That is true. And I think, you know, just from the artists that we've talked to, is that they find it that, you know, a lot of times they do have that demographic. The problem is that demographic isn't loud enough. That it's not that they're not listening.
Yeah.
It's just that they're the ones that are listening in the car and at the crib, and they're not necessarily going to the shows. You know what I'm saying?
No.
And the ones that's buying the tickets and going to the shows, those are the ones that are loud, right? And those are the ones that want to hear certain things. So, but it's funny, like as a lot of artists dive into it, that they seem to find, there is this kind of audience that I have that I'm just finding out about, because now they're hitting me like, oh, you remember that joint you did a year ago, 2 years ago? I want something like that. Like the last two have been cool, but I want something like that. You know what I'm saying? And so, and I think, bro, music is a weird thing where things kind of, it just goes in a circle, bro. You know what I'm saying? And it goes party music, hip, all genres been
all
like
genres,
this.
man.
It goes, you get a party era, and then you get a conscious era, and then you get like a blend of that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think we're kind of getting back to real.
I was just gonna say
you know what I'm saying? Like the J. Coles, the Kendricks.
I was just
coming back. Go ahead.
We definitely getting back to it, especially when like the Meek Mills drop, the J. Coles, the Kendricks. You know, they really talk that. Like a lot of people be saying that they don't want to hear that, but how can you dismiss what's really going on? Especially what Kendrick talking about. We living in a crazy damn world like today. You know what I'm saying? So. And I really relate, you know what I'm saying, to what Meek Mill be talking about, because like I said, I really didn't went through some of the shit that he talking about, except for being locked up. I never, was locked up. But I know I got family members that was locked up.
Right.
So, and really did bids and tell me like, that's not a place where you go.
Right.
So it's like, and that's another thing too, where I feel like that plays a big part into my music, where I feel like I got a story to tell and a message to tell, because if a gangster and an OG is telling me this, I wouldn't even say gangster, because to me, I got a different preference in gangster, because a lot of people don't understand my preference in gangster. But when you an old head, an OG teaching these youngins, a lot of people, they don't want to listen. A lot of youngins don't want to listen. Right. But when you got a OG really did a hard time, really did the shit that the rappers talk about, and then come out and tell you that ain't it. Yeah. What the fuck are we doing? Like, you know what I mean? So it make you want to take out a whole, different look on life. So most definitely though. But when I feel like that's the only time when people don't listen though, like when they feeling them type of modes. When the Meeks and, when the J. Coles drops, and stuff like that, because the times that we living in, Kendrick picked the perfect time to drop it. Perfect time to drop it.
And didn't say shit either. Just
at all, and just dropped it.
Right.
So most definitely though, like I feel like I'ma definitely get up there, with speaking the levels, what I'm saying? I mean, speaking of knowledge, especially just like Nipsey did, rest in peace.
Yeah, man.
Like Nipsey was
he was it.
He was right up there to me, like
for sure.
Even though he didn't drop as much albums, which I don't really look at that. Like I said, I listened to the message. He was definitely our generation of Tupac.
Yeah.
Literally, like,
for sure.
You just had to really listen to the message that he was saying.
For sure.
And he really teaching young artists in the game today how to be independent. So you just gotta, take heed to it, and listen to the OGs, man.
Yeah.
Right.
Listen to the OGs.
So I got a question. Recently, in the news, it's been, and it's just popped up because it's been something I've been thinking about with the case against Young Thug and Gunna. I don't know if you heard about it, and I don't want to get your opinions on the case per se, but how they basically built this case was based on the lyrics, right? That were in their songs, and there's been a back and forth. Should they be able to use it? Some people are like, well, they said it, so they snitched on themselves. But then I've heard the opposite, where it's like, well, do you go lock up Robert De Niro for being a gangster in a movie? These guys are artists; they're portraying a certain thing, right? Like, and I kind of get both sides, right? What is your opinion? Does that, like, do you ever worry about, like, man, I'm saying some shit that I probably shouldn't be saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, can it be used against me?
Me personally, no.
Okay.
Because we don't play them type of games.
Right.
Like when I say I'm cut from a real live family that don't, we don't do that even subliminally, because it's like, one, what are you talking about it for? Like me and Polo was just talking about this. Like that's just like you asking me a question. Now you see how you just asked, tell me about, where you from. Why would I say, oh man, yeah, where I'm from is guns and butter, this, you mess around, get your head my little Wody, this, you come around, if he don't know you here,
right,
for what?
Right.
Got nothing to do with what you just asked me.
Right.
So I feel like, these rappers be literally, what is the word? Is it contradicting yourself? Like when you talk about something or whatever, and you literally do it, or say that you don't do something, but you end up doing it. Or
yeah, right.
They literally do that. Oh, I don't be on the internet, but then you on the internet talking how you don't be on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Or we don't do no telling, but you just told in your rap what your homie just did the other day.
Mm-hmm.
Like, not gonna lie, like even with Bobby Shmurda, not saying that he did X, Y, and Z, but he just did it again in the damn freestyle. I just shot him.
I heard that.
I
seen that shit.
Son, you doing
I was like,
too much.
What are you doing, bro?
You
just got
much.
out. Yeah.
You doing too much.
Yeah.
I don't think shit like that should be, you know what I'm saying, a part of the game. I'm not gonna sit there and say it shouldn't be, available, or people should ban it, but because it's life. But people should learn how to word it better.
Okay. Do you think it's okay to use it in a court case though? Right? Like solely based on that. You ain't got, and I don't know the particulars of the case, but from what I'm hearing is that's really what they based the whole case off of, with some songs.
Only reason why I say no is because if you don't got proof, what the hell is you judging me off the lyrics
art.
for? It's just like how people judge, like when you go in for an interview and they judge you off your tattoos. How the hell you gonna say that I ain't fit for this job off my tattoos? You ain't even seen me work yet.
Right. True.
And I feel like a lot of people be judging people, and you not even God, bro. Like a lot of people like should give people chances sometimes, especially like if a person is genuine and meaning business. You know what I mean? But if it's some shit that I'm talking about that you ain't there and you ain't got no proof and you going off and he say, she say, how the hell you gonna lock me up off that?
Right.
That's just like, and that's why I be saying sometimes like this shit really don't be making sense of why judges be doing certain shit that they be doing, or it just like, that's like me being in court or something like that and the judge say, well, on camera, we see you standing there and it looked like you put something in your pocket, but the whole time I just put my hand in my pocket. How the hell you gonna sit there and say I stole something when nothing rung up, nothing came out, you know what I mean, or no buzzer rang off, none of that.
Right.
But you want to go off and he say, she say. That's just not. That's being unfair.
I hear you.
No, that's being mad unfair. I can say, oh, well, since you want to give me some time or whatever, you look like you just want to lock people up just because, or I'm black. I can't just go straight to the race car because, you know what I mean, you want to lock me up. Like that's you know what I mean, I'm doing too much.
Right.
Also, it's crazy, but it's been like that since back in the day with Snoop and, with all of them. What the lady say, these words, it is obscene, it is obscene, it is obscene. Like, so, it's like, you just can't do that. You can't base, a person's words, you know what I mean? Especially with no proof. If you ain't got no proof, you can't lock a person up off of no proof, man.
Right.
That's wrong.
Yeah.
So, what's musically? You working on an LP, EP?
Ooh,
working on some music.
Working on an EP right now, man.
Okay.
Called Too Cool For You.
Okay.
I was gonna wait to give it, but I think I came up with a date today, just actually a couple hours ago. And I think we gonna and I think we're gonna drop it Juneteenth.
Okay.
Juneteenth. So that way, you know what I mean, people out partying, you know what I mean, and people could really listen to it, you know what I mean, after they, chilling or something, or probably after Juneteenth when people in the house chilling.
Right around there.
We want to make it make sense, but somewhere around that time, you know what I mean, we definitely dropping the EP Too Cool For You, only giving y'all 4 songs.
Okay.
Off the EP until I really meet them right engineers, far as in Atlanta or something like that. that's when y'all gonna get an album. And when I get a buzz, like really get a buzz,
Yeah, just
that's
building
when
it
y'all gonna
up
get the album.
for sure.
But right now, I'm definitely gonna get y'all a 4-pack.
Mm-hmm. What's your thoughts on LPs? Do you like LPs? Like just musically, not. I mean, for your own personal benefit, not as an artist or anything, just for your ears. Do you prefer listening to a 12-track album over an EP or singles?
Depends what mood I'm in.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind listening to an album depending on the artist, you know. And like I give everybody a chance too, though. I do listen to, you know, artists' albums. But I be thinking about it like this, like why sometimes give an album when y'all so, you know, used to me dropping. And if I'm dropping and giving y'all this, you know, what y'all want to hear these songs on the album? Basically, is that what y'all asking? You know, is that why y'all want an album? Do y'all want to hear, you know, or do y'all want to hear new material? Especially, you know, if you're an artist that's steady dropping singles. But I do believe that albums are good for artists because that can elevate, especially if you do got a hit single. Yeah. You know, you can put that on the album and that's going to elevate your album even more. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, you giving the new content, you know, that might, or they might pick up, you know what I'm saying, a hit that wasn't even a hit on the album, you know, to make it go global. So, yeah.
Yeah, well,
I'm only used to listening to both, though.
Yeah. Well, I'm old. Like I said on the show all the time, I'm old, so I like the LPs, bro. I really do. I love, and what it is for me personally, this is just me personally, I love a project. I love the title, how the title fits in, how from track 1 to 2 to 3, all the way down, how it flows with one another. You know what I'm saying? I love the artistry of that. Like, that's what, and I don't know if people really do that. Again, you know, like, we get some of those, but we don't get very many of those.
Right? Yeah.
So I get what you're saying, because there are a lot of artists that will just throw together, like, man, I recorded 50 tracks, but here's 17 of them. Mm-hmm. And you're like, all right, it's kind of a mixtape at that point, but you're trying to make it a project, you know, and you should just call it a mixtape at that point if you're going to do that, you know, and then just drop, it's just like a whole bunch of singles. Sure. You know what I'm saying? Which is dope. I have no problem with that. Yeah. But like a project, I look forward to that. Yeah. I look forward to that day, because I think that would be dope as shit, man, to have a fire LP.
Yeah, and I'm not even going to lie, when that time do come, my all is going to be into it. Like, I'm even thinking about, not even thinking, I know, because this is what I want. Like, old school samples. Like, I want samples on, you know what I mean, the album. Like, you know, because I feel like my generation don't know as far as, like, the roots of this music. Like, where most of this creativity that you hear from artists today come from. Right. You know? Right. Like, if I was to, you know, ask a person of my generation, yo, you know a person who made the song called Why Do Fools Fall in Love? And they'd be like, who you talking about? And I'd be like, Frankie Lyman. Who is Frankie Lyman? Don't nobody know who Frankie Lyman is.
Right,
you know, because it was way, you know, but if you watch the movie, they'd be, oh, okay, that's who that is, you know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely going to put a lot of samples, and I don't know if it's going to be a 12-track, because, like I said, that's one of the moments where I've been waiting for, like, my whole life, because I know when I get to that point, I'm going to have so much to talk about and so much to give, like, and different vibes that I'm coming with, like.
Well, you'll know when you get to that point.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, whether it's 9 tracks or 17 or 15 or 12, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying? Whatever you need to do to tell that full story, you know? It's like a book. You know, I'll always equate it to a book, because it's like, or even a movie in some sense. You have the beginning, the climax, and then the ending part of it. So it's, I just love that part of music. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just taking you through that roller coaster of a ride. Yeah. You know, and I think that's fire. And then what's cool about it too is when you can pluck a couple of them out as singles, and they work it so well as singles, but then you plug them back in, and then they work so well within. I think that's fire. I think that when that's done beautifully well.
So I gotta say, we both get an F because we should have asked you this question earlier. Behind what's the name? What's behind the name? Where'd you get the name from?
Man.
Oh, yeah,
We both that should have been within the first 10 minutes, man. We gotta go back to the drawing board. I'm gonna call you at 7, 8, 9 tonight. We got things to talk about.
This is a funny story. Shout out to my cousin Spiffy Wiles, by the way, man. He a rapper. If y'all got any time, man, go look him up.
Spiffy Wiles?
Yep, Spiffy Wiles.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Yeah,
Yep.
For sure.
He a dope artist from Minnesota, man.
Okay.
We was sitting there vibing. I'm in his crib or whatever. He got a little studio. We was just sitting there chilling. And I'm like, man, I need a rap name, bro. I'm like, I've been thinking of a rap name for a minute. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was going back and forth with Lil TJ. I don't know if you ever heard of him. From New York. Cause my cousin had called me like, you on the radio? Huh? And this is when my name was just TJ at the time.
Okay.
So she like, you on the radio? No. Like, she like, they just said your name, Lil TJ. That is, I'm like, my name ain't Lil TJ. So before you got on, I had commented on one of his little videos, like, yo, me and you got a battle for that name. Like,
okay.
Like, that's like really my name type shit. Like, and I don't know if like you just got that name, like if your name something else and they added it, you know what I mean? But that's really my name.
Darius.
So I'm like, you getting people confused, right? You know what I mean? You getting people confused. So, we was just sitting there vibing, and he was like, yo, you a cool ass motherfucker. I'm like, and everybody say that about me, I'm cool, you know what I mean? I be vibe, I stay to myself. So he was like, man, too cool. TJ too cool. I'm like, that's dope. I'm like, that's dope as shit.
Dope.
He like, yeah, you could do it for short, too cool. He like, how would you spell it though? You know what I mean? Would you do it K? Or I'm like, nah. So it's a funny story behind the cool part too.
Okay.
So I'm like, COO.
Right.
So he like, why COO? So I'm like, man, it's funny. When I was growing up, so this is funny how we came back from Cleveland. We was just visiting my grandpa. I stayed down there. My mom and dad had just came back from getting me from Cleveland. I stayed down there with my grandpa.
Okay.
He was, doing some work or whatever, back and forth working for Ford.
Okay.
Ford Motor Company.
Yep.
And so I kept saying the word cool because I was, before when I came back, I was with my god brothers and them too. And they, live in the burbs and, they was, grew up in that area. So, I started talking like them. So he like, what you just say? I'm like, the word cool. He like, it's not cool. It's cool. So he like, it's cool.
Right,
COO. So I'm
That's
like,
funny.
all right, cool. So when my cousin had gave me that name, it stuck. It just came out like, yeah, that's perfect. TJ too cool.
Okay.
So, I had to, add the number with it, instead of spelling it TWO. So I had to add the number 2 to make it, stand out more.
Okay. Nice.
So that's where that came from.
Dope. Yeah, we ain't saying cool out here.
Yeah, cool. Cool.
Living in the pool.
Cool. It's cool.
It's cool in the pool. You know what I mean? Come on now.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's so funny, man.
Yeah, for real, man.
I love it, man. I love it. Right. Hey, man, I will be walking around the house saying that shit, man, for no reason.
It was funny as hell because he really got mad though. And my dad joke around a lot. Like, he funny as shit. Like, he could have been a comedian. He like, what you say? I'm like, cool. He like, it ain't cool. He like, what the fuck is cool?
Oh man.
He cracking up. He is cool.
Man.
Oh man, that's dope.
That's a
man.
dope story, man.
That's
I
dope.
love it.
So what's next, man? What's next for TJ Too Cool, man?
Yeah, man. Like I said, the EP on the way. I got more videos dropping. Like I said, I just dropped the hate to say the Too Cool mix. I got more Too Cool mixes coming out.
Okay.
Just to apply the pressure and keep my foot on their necks. But after that, what is that? June? Is it Juneteenth? Where I'm dropping Same Old Same Old? Yep. Week before. Okay, so a week before. Yep, June 12th. Same Old drop.
Okay.
Which is my radio hit. That's gonna go on the radio. It's something for the women.
Okay.
So it's a vibe, a little island vibe. It's
Okay.
vibe, man.
Fire.
something you could ride in the car and play with
Yeah,
your lady.
yeah. You say island, I'm with it.
Man.
Yeah.
Definitely play with your lady. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying? So most definitely. And after that, we got the intro dropping to the Too Cool pack.
Okay.
Dropping that soon. I think before Same Old Same Old. And actually before Same Old Same Old in the intro, I got Money Talk.
Okay.
And we just shot that in the video in AZ.
Okay.
In the studio with Fanatic and them.
All right.
It's dope, man. I got so much shit going on right
believe
now. I don't know when the tour coming, but I definitely know it's coming soon.
Okay.
Probably like, a couple states, not, too big or too major, but, a couple little states, definitely coming here to show some love.
For sure.
I think I got a couple features dropping. I did a couple features, so they might be planning on dropping that a little bit soon. We definitely did a sample, a song called My Block. I definitely got to play that for y'all when, we done.
Yeah.
Sample of Scarface on My Block, if you know that
Fire.
song. And the artist that we got on, man, sick.
Okay.
Sick.
Dope.
So I was blessed. Yeah, young Bookie. You know what I mean? My bad. Is that his name? Yeah, young Bookie. Yep, he 18, young phenom.
Mm-hmm.
From AZ, doing this thing.
Is that Bookie's son?
Yep. I know.
Or no?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna have to look into him. I know Bookie.
He get off, man.
Okay.
The young dude get off, man. Talented. So I was blessed and honored, that he had me on that track.
Okay.
And then I did a song with Fanatic, too. They just had me on a little track that what's the song called? I think this song called Kumbaya.
Crazy.
Kumbaya.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Dope.
Fire.
Nutty.
Yep.
Nutty G.
Yep.
Okay.
Nutty G. Yep. And Fanatic. Yep. They was
Last
dope.
night with Judge the Boss.
Nice.
Definitely
Working.
blessed the track. Yep.
Working.
Non-stop,
Nice.
man.
I love to hear it, man.
Non-stop. So yep. And then I got two different probably coming out soon. It's a little joint that I had put together. Probably shoot the video out here or something. Probably try to catch it like on a little rainy day or something.
Okay.
Nice. Probably get a little Airbnb or something like that.
Yeah.
Or you could just move out here, man.
Or that
You know
too.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying, man?
yeah,
I mean, you might as well just move out here, bro.
Or that too, So,
And then you become a regular on the gray space. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. And hopefully, my brand drop, get my logo and my.
I seen that.
Yeah.
Dope.
So hopefully get this shit going, man. And give my homie Polo, he definitely created the.
Okay.
Yeah, no, definitely did. Definitely. My man Polo be working, man. He do everything,
Yeah, he does, man. Yep.
Man, it's an honor, man, for y'all to have me.
Hey, man. It's an honor for us
thank
to have you, man.
so much for coming on, man.
You want to give any shout outs, man, before we get out of here, man?
Shout out to St. Paul, Minnesota. Shout out to Cleveland, Ohio. Shout out to New York, Brooklyn, New York, by the way. Shout out to my moms, late moms. Shout out to my dad, man. Shout out to Polo, Written in Stone, man. Shout out to Fly. Shout out to AZ for having me, man. What's the name of this podcast?
Great space.
Great Space. We definitely took this shit to space. Thanks for having me, man. It's a blessing, man. And shout out to my grandma, man, and everybody, man. So, y'all, oh yeah. If you ain't seen Rich this year, go tune into it on YouTube. It's out on all platforms. If you ain't seen Yes Sir, go get that. It's out on all platforms and definitely on YouTube. If you ain't heard Until We Meet Again, it's definitely out on all platforms. You feel me? So, more hits, more shit coming, man. We definitely getting Rich this shit, man. You heard it from me first.
There it is. We'll sprinkle all the details down there. You know what I'm saying? All the links. You know how we do. Right now, it ain't nothing, but it is something. It will be something down there. So, you know what I mean? We appreciate you, TJ. Too cool, man. Thank you, bro.
For sure,
Thank
man.
you for
Thanks
coming on,
having
man.
me,
For sure,
Thanks for
man.
having me.
For sure.
Anyways, you guys stay safe. You guys stay positive out there.
As always, this is the Gray Space. Peace.
Peace.